Hi everyone, Anna Wilt with the Boxing Circle here. Today I am in San Diego, California at BoxFit, and I am pleased to announce I am accompanied today by amateur fighter Carlos Baez with Triton Boxing over in California, San Diego, who has completed 5 competitions already and working with the Triton Boxing Team. Thank you so much for being here, Carlos. Did I get everything correct on your accomplishments?
That's right.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. So what we like to do here at the Boxing Circle is we're all about putting positivity out in the world. We're celebrating fighters, coaches, fans, all different levels with all these backgrounds, and sharing their stories. And this is really creating a larger impact in terms of helping others get into boxing. Also, those that are in boxing, relatable stories, and just really just celebrating you and putting your story out there. Okay, sounds good. So it's gonna be 5 rounds. I promise you, Carlos, they're going to be a lot easier than what you're about to do in your sparring practice. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I'll start off with round 1. And that's the first round. I want to take a little walk down memory lane to the first time you put on a pair of boxing gloves. Okay? Do you remember what was going through your head? What you were thinking and feeling that very first time you picked up a pair of boxing gloves?
I do actually. I remember the exact date too. It was
I love this.
2022,
Okay.
May 22nd.
Okay, well, considering we're May 2026,
Yep,
so
you're almost there.
You're almost there. You're almost in
Yeah.
exactly 4 years. Okay, that's amazing. So, tell me about May 22nd, 2022, and what was going through your head. And
Yeah. So basically, I had one of my childhood friends. Shout out Emilio. He basically told me that his dad was like starting to train people because his dad was always involved in boxing.
Okay.
And his name is Coach Chewy. And
shout out to Coach.
yeah, shout out Coach Chewy. I know you'll see this. But yeah, basically he told me that he wanted to start like a fight team. Just, get some boys in to start boxing. And I during that time, 2022, I started like watching boxing a little bit because I wanted to learn how to fight and defend myself. So he brought me in and they had like some spare gloves for me. And the crazy part is on the first day of first time boxing, they put me to spar.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about diving into the deep end. My goodness.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because Coach Chewy, I guess the main reason why he does that to all his like new fighters is to kind of show you like what you're getting into,
Yeah.
And yeah, that sparring session was pretty rough. Like obviously they taught me like the basics a little bit beforehand. And yeah, then they put me in
your jabs,
all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he put me in there, and it wasn't too good. I got a little touched up, but I learned from it, and I enjoyed it. Like as bad as it sounds, but I like the feeling of like getting beat up because
makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it. So what I'm gathering is you were excited to start it. Maybe a little bit of apprehension because you had to spar on your very first day. Which I think that's the first I've heard that, is sparring your very first day.
Yeah.
But that you were committed to it, and even though you were humbled in the ring, you were able to come back and be like, okay, I really like this and I want to see it through. Is it safe to say that you've fallen in love with the sport?
Oh yeah, I'm so in love with the sport.
Right? Isn't it amazing? That in the community itself is just the most welcoming community. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Well, this, I have to say, that was the first time I've heard that. Sparring the very first day of taking a pair of boxing gloves, but kudos to you, that's amazing, and I just absolutely love that. So thank you so much for sharing that part of your story. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so round 2. All right, round 2, I want to kind of talk about if you, let's say, had a magic wand and you can improve any one thing within the sport of boxing or the community of boxing. We do like to keep things positive. At the same time, we know there's always room for improvement. Is there any one thing that comes to mind that you'd like to improve?
That's a good question. I have a couple in mind.
Okay.
First one I can think of is making boxing more accessible.
Yes.
I feel like boxing, like in terms of like gym memberships and just equipment in general, it's like pretty expensive.
It is.
I struggled. I had to work for my own equipment, and it took a while to gain that money and get that equipment that I want. But shout out another Coach Travis Hawking. He had a gym called Gladiator Boxing School of Boxing, like in Southeast San Diego, and that was my first ever gym. And the crazy part is I didn't have to pay anything for like a whole 2 years straight of boxing, and he made it free for the kids in the community. you know, for us to stay out of trouble and stay out of the streets. And
I love that.
I really admire him for doing that. And
Yeah, that's
he's a
amazing.
blessing.
And that's what, you know, like the boxing circle is all about, is that community and embracing that community. And I completely co-sign on making boxing more accessible to everyone, even having more boxing gyms, you know, because sometimes the accessibility is trying to get to the gym. So that's another one. Now you mentioned there was a couple things you named first. Was there anything else that
Another one I could think of is adding boxing to NCAA.
Yes.
In college. Yes. I feel like that would be so awesome.
Absolutely.
You know, for us to, you know, us student athletes to showcase our skills on a higher level.
Yeah.
And, you know, give the opportunity. I feel like that would be pretty cool, you know.
Absolutely.
Adding Division I boxing or just NCAA and seeing how that could transfer into the pro world.
100%. I am with you on this. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. I love both those answers. And again, it's about community and making it accessible, even and also in the college level too. Wonderful answers, Carlos. Thank you so much. Are you ready for round 3?
I'm ready.
All right. We're going to time travel. Now, we can see any fight live. You can only choose one fight. I know. I'm sorry for making this tough. I know.
It's pretty hard.
It is tough, right? I was watching the Muhammad Ali documentary before I got here, and just all the different fights that he is just showcasing all of his major fights, and just that's amazing. I would love to see any of those live. But okay, you only pick one.
Only one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stick to a more modern day era.
Yeah, that's fine.
One of them, it was my first ever boxing fight that I've seen live, and it was a fight against Bivol and Canelo in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Canelo puts on a good show.
He does. He's a great fighter. But me, I was more inspired by Dimitri Bivol.
Okay.
Because the technician that he is just amazing. You know, the way he uses his jab in that fight, and the way he kept his distance throughout the whole fight was amazing. His skill work was amazing. Pure technical match.
Absolutely.
Super amazing.
He's a wizard once those gloves go on. Like, he really gets it done. So, okay, I'm with you on this. We're not going that far back in time, but I'm going to bring the snacks, and you and I will trade notes and see that fight live. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, excellent. All right, we're going through this stuff. We've got round 4 coming up. All right. Now, this is where we dig a little bit deeper. All right, you can go as heavy or as light as you want. But what really I just want to hear from you is, what does the sport of boxing mean and bring to you?
That's another good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, boxing for sure. You know, it's my life now. You know, I live, sleep, breathe boxing. You know, it's giving me purpose in life. And I feel like, you know, growing up, I've always, I played basketball, football, and all my life, but I don't know, I always had NBA dreams, but obviously maybe my height got to me, you know. So I had to turn to boxing, and it's giving me, you know, that drive and determination to just keep pushing in life. And the most important part about boxing is it doesn't just teach you about fighting. It teaches you more, you know, such as staying disciplined, you know, hard work.
The discipline, the hard work, support, giving and receiving support, which I know on the surface level people feel like, oh, receiving support is easy. It's not always. And it keeps you humble. At the same time, as we've kind of talked a lot about here about the community, it gives you so much community. And it's so welcoming. I mean, I've been boxing for over 10 years. And on another side of the community is I volunteer with the Rock City group to help those with Parkinson's on Fridays, and they're some of the toughest fighters I've ever seen. Yeah, so it's a wonderful sport. I'm so glad that you get so much from it, and that it's, you know, your life now. You'll find the coolest people. It opens up so many doors.
Yeah, literally. The connections is endless in boxing.
Yeah.
I made some of my closest friends here in Triton Boxing. So
same here. I have lifelong friends that I have met in major boxing, and I don't know if my paths would have crossed without it. So absolutely, I love it. Oh, appreciate that. Okay, championship round. Okay, we're getting. I feel like round 4 is a little bit harder than round 5 personally. But today's the day. It's the first day that somebody has the courage typical pair of boxing gloves. We don't know their age, we don't know their background, we don't know their physical and mental abilities, but they decided, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to walk into that boxing gym, step in that ring, or even just wear that pair of gloves. What advice do you want to give them?
That's another great question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone just stepping into boxing for the first ever time, you know, I would recommend, well, I'd say it's okay to be scared and nervous.
Oh, I love that.
Because that's like the environment that you grow in, you know? You gotta be scared. And it's okay to be nervous, you know? At the end of the day, we're all, you know, pushing, fighting, become better people and better boxers, fighters, whatever you want to be in life, you know? And yeah, another thing I also want to say is, you always want to be a student of the game.
Yes.
There's always room for improvement. You can always keep growing. No matter how good you are in boxing, no matter if you're a pro, there's always room for improvement, you know? Always take constructive criticism, you know, don't get discouraged by it, and just take it and listen to your coaches and put in that work, and you'll see how far you get, you know?
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. You're right. It's the sweet science. And I have found, just in my experience, you start to improve in one area in boxing. Something else that you felt like you were already had solid starts to slip. And it's like this, like, kind of like juggling a bit. And that's why it's important to always be learning and improving and really be trying to, you know, take that you know, constructive criticism and try and, you know, just improve and just stay up for everything as you can't. Sometimes there's one step forward, two steps back, but you just keep going, you're gonna get there. Absolutely, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for your time, Carlos. This has been so much fun. I know you're not only helping me, but you're gonna help countless others when they see this, and it's phenomenal. I want to give you your moment to shout out to your friends, family, and anything that you want to say before we go today.
Yeah, first of all, shout out Angle for having me here. It's been a blessing to be here. So,
Thank you.
And last but not least, I would like to shout out, you know, our Triton Boxing here at UCSD. You know, we're a pretty early program, so we hopefully will start building it farther and farther, and hopefully join the NCAA, the National Collegiate Boxing Association, where we could, you know, start competing in amateur fights. So that's the goal for our Triton Boxing.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm supporting you every step of the way. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see your journey and what you accomplish next. And thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.